What's up? Buster. I know, outside, right? Is that something you want? Is that something you want to do? Go outside. This looks particularly pretty today. All right, why am I in here? Oh yeah. I'm gonna get some salt. I'm gonna get some salt for my watermelon. What's up, pal? Huh? Yeah? Hey. Oh, look at you putting on a show. What? Fuck up the rug a little. Fuck up the rug a little. Buster. Buster. All right, so we're gonna sit outside. That's gonna happen. Fucking falling apart. We're gonna sit outside just for a minute, for as long as we can. I'm not gonna spend an hour here. I'm just, I think it's gonna get like to be. I think it got like to be 112 yesterday. Whoa. I don't think it's going to be a regular thing, but it helps me out. Like today, where'd your comments go? No. Oh, no. Fuck, man. I gotta... What am I waiting for to get the tripod? Which one's the buttons for the questions? This it? No. I don't see no questions. Fuck, man. Where the fuck is the, Oh, there. Now get rid of mine. Okay, fuck it, man. Someone sent me a link to a pretty good tripod. I'm losing it now. Ugh. Jesus Christ. I think someone sent me a link to a tripod, then someone said, don't buy a tripod. I don't know what the fuck that means. What time is it there? It's only 9:10. I was in waking consciousness, and I was like, I needed a word, and I thought it was corpuscular. But it was not. It was corpulent. Because I was trying to think of a way to describe somebody, and I knew there was a something. Corpulent. I don't meditate. I'm reading a book about meditating. Occasionally I'll pray to nothing in particular. Yeah, I did make these cutoffs. I don't know what's happening with me, man, but this end of the world shit's wearing thin, man. in that. I'm always the last to know, you know. I tried to read some books yesterday. Can't fucking read a book. I can't seem to read a book. I usually keep this in my truck, but since I'm not out there on the road, I got it in here at the house. Keep it on my porch. Oh, that was the first sip of coffee today. End of the world has been happening since we were born. Yeah, probably before that, but it's escalating now. But the weird thing is, I don't know, you having that thing where, like, I try to read a book, and I immediately fall asleep. I tried to read 3 different books yesterday, because I've got that, like, hundreds of books. I thought maybe it's time to get that reading done. You know, you're getting caught up on your Criterion Collection movies, get caught up on all that stuff, so you'll be a fully kind of well-referenced film intellectual the day we all drop dead at the same time. That's not nothing. And at that moment, I will understand the new Charlie Kaufman movie. That's what you got to wait for to really understand it. Is in the time of quarantine, fill your head up with as many art films as you can. And then right at the moment where we all look up at the sky and see whatever is going to be the final thing we all see simultaneously, except for the people that are lucky to be underground for reasons that they didn't plan on. Right at that moment where we all start to vaporize, we all understand the new Charlie Kaufman movie at the same time. I'm not going to fucking make a cake. Don't tell me to make a cake. I'm trying not, you know, I cook all fucking day. And if I get into baking shit, it's, you know, it's all over, because who's here to eat it? I'm here myself. Why do you think I'm talking to you right now? I mean, I did this occasionally, but, you know, I wouldn't be doing this if my girlfriend was alive. If I was just in there hanging out, making some tea, sitting there, looking at her, talking, stretching, doing our things in different rooms. No, I don't have that anymore. So now you got to deal with me. I've made cakes, man. I make an olive oil cake. I make an almond cake. I like plain cakes. I used to make a double layer chocolate layer cake with ganache dressing. I make a cornbread in a skillet. I can make different breads. My second wife was, they were oddly, many vegetarians and many gluten sensitive people. Used to make spelt banana breads. I don't like red velvet cake. So, I tried to read a book. And I'm not going to do the bread thing. It's so funny, all that is diminished, hasn't it? All those excited fucking, you know, hipster dads who are like, we're going to bake. What are they doing now? Trying not to kill their family is what they're doing. I've mastered sourdough. And my family is dead in the basement. I finally finished everything. No, I'm just talking about baking. I know cornbread's not a cake. You know, it's like, I would tell you guys more shit and I would show you more shit if there weren't so many fucking dicks out there. And there's nothing I can do to fix that. Because there seems to be a trend in this country that we live in, even among people that you don't hate, that sort of trolling behavior and intention seeking, you know, just to see people, you know, get upset is a victory. So, you know, I limit my engagement because I know there's enough of you out there, and you know you're not who you are, or if you're not them, or just dicks. Tom Papa had the thing about Tom Papa and baking is he was doing it before this shit went down. I'm specifically talking about the people that are like, well, now, like those first couple of months of quarantine, like, we can handle this. You know, we'll just bake and make spaghetti and make ends meet and, you know, stock up. That shit is over. I've made jalapeno cornbread, and I've made cheese cornbread with jalapenos as well. I used to be tougher. Yeah, I maybe I did, but I think I've internalized that. It's an interesting thing to say because I think about it, you know. You used to be tougher. How tough was I really? I think in the places that I need to be tough, I'm still pretty tough. But yeah, I'm choosing at this juncture, as the whole thing is winding down, to be open and vulnerable for it and try to understand other people. But in terms of the type of tough I am, it's all still in place, pal. So don't fucking worry about it. I'm definitely tougher now. Adam Carolla said I used to eat more stew. What the fuck happened to that guy? This is it. This is it. It's like fucking and Carolla got tired of telling 20-year-old construction stories about being on the site, so he just decided to go full fascist so he can guarantee himself a living. Hey, you know, when I was doing drywall, dude, that was 35 years ago. All right, women are monsters. So here's what's going on. I have a list. What's in my pocket? There's nothing in my pocket. I think my key and some money. But I'm concerned about the book reading. I pulled out 3 books yesterday after we talked. We talked about magic, and then I'm like, I had some sort of passing interest in it, and then I pulled out this book. I don't need to button this. I pulled out this book, a magic book, and I was like, maybe it's time to tackle this. And I'm like, no, this is stupid. And then I got this, I was sent this Fassbender book. He talks about man things. No, he doesn't. He's a full-on right-wing douchebag right now. And I used to get so mad when they let him do stand-up at the Comedy Store, because he's not a stand-up. And he'd get up there with his notes, you know, work through fucking, you know, mediocre radio bits, barely getting laughs because they're not his little crew. And sometimes I'd go after him. I'd say, like, keep it going for Adam Carolla. It's great that the club's letting him try this now. And I'd say, don't worry, even if he's here, this is not going to bother him because he's not listening. I've done his show. Magic with a K, yeah, not magic. Like, look at all the hankies. Not this kind of magic. Libranol and Psychonaut. Yeah, that's the book. I had it. I bought it at some point. I bought it at a magic store, at the dark art store, and it was one of those things where I walk in and I'm like, "What's the book? Just give me the one I need so I can, hurt my enemies." Or protect myself from the intrusive magic of others. And that was it. I looked at it and it's not for me. It's dumb stuff. But it's fun, I think. Not dumb, but it's a whole lifestyle. All right, so I couldn't read that. I got this big book that someone sent. Is this interesting to anybody? I got this big book that someone sent me about Fassbinder. I've been kind of interested in Rainer Werner Fassbinder. And it was like this book written by like a film critic of some kind, but it was this dense book. It took 25 years to write. And it was some criticism within the first paragraph. I should get the book. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? How many times do I have to read this paragraph? I'm 56 years old. I'm smart. Why am I not understanding this paragraph? I'm looking up words. I'm going over it again, and I get what it says, but like if every paragraph is going to take that for me to get what the fuck this guy is saying, I'm out. And then there was one other book. What was the other one? Oh, a Beatles chords book. I don't know if it's bad writing. It's whoever said that. Drew, it's critical writing. It's the language of criticism, not unlike the language of philosophy, which is relatively inaccessible to anyone who's not an academic or within that world or in a class and still not understanding it. You should have Fassbinder on the show, bro. You're the second person that said that to me, but I imagine you're kidding, but I don't know who you are. I went record shopping yesterday in the 112 degree heat. Critical theory, critical writing is very tough. I've tried to read Northrop Frye. I've tried to read Walter Benjamin. I've tried to read this guy now, but this is specifically film. I've tried to read that Mike Davis guy. I so want it, but it's just sort of like, oh man, isn't there a way you can say this in a good joke? Oh, that's what I do. We can go look at the records I got. Is that something you want to do? Heat is not good for records, but I told Dan over at Gimme Gimme, he had posted a record that I really fucking wanted. Thomas Pynchon's coming up a lot. I read The Crying of Lot 49 years ago. I think I read part of and maybe a little bit of Vineland. I did find what was I just talking about? Oh, Gravity's Rainbow, but I never even thought that I was ever going to read it. What was it? Yeah, Dan at Gimme Gimme. That's where I went. How about Kenneth Anger interview? That would be interesting. Is he still alive? How old is Kenneth Anger? 100? So Kenneth, when you were making your silly movie Lucifer Rising, I mean, what was really going on? Hey man, when you were making that movie that seemed really important at the time, and now like 12 people really fucking like because it's weird and they show it at nightclubs against techno beats. What was that like for you? I'm a fucking asshole, man. So I think out of all the books that I pulled up, John Bonham or Keith Moon, I would say in my life, historically, what do I listen to more? I'm really against the this guy or that guy thing. I think you should always go with this guy and that guy and just go like, yes. John Bonham and Keith Moon, fuck yeah. John Bonham or Keith Moon, why? Why the binary? That's what's ruining the world. Is that fucking question. Or what kind of is that it's not a what is that? What's or as a word? Someone tell me. Basic grammar. I think Keith is more fun, but I think John is deeper. Will's jacket in black or tan. I'm getting a Will's jacket. Another one. I don't have one. I'm getting my first Will's jacket from Mike over at Ship John. They're shipping it out today. So, conjunction. Yeah, that's what's ruining the world. You know what's ending the world is the conjunction or. That might be a little broad. It's a little broad. So, record shopping. The record that Dan put up, or that Marc, the other guy who works at the store, they put this fucking Jesse Ed Davis record. The fucking Jesse Ed Davis record. I've got his other one, You Lulu. But this is the self-titled Jesse Ed Davis record. It's fucking great. Tweety show, watch it. What does Jeff have a show? Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to go see the records I bought? Ellen Page or Jimmy Page? No, see, that's funny. Because that's not real. I like Zappa. But it's like, we get it. You played a lot. We get it. You made a lot of records. I don't know if I'm going to get to them all. But I enjoy these couple. Yeah, Tweety's been on the show. I've decided against the opening the witch box because we don't know a couple of things on a narcissistic level, whether we'll begin the end of the world. But on a practical level, there's too many dicks on here. And, I don't need to, open up that part of my life to those people. So, and there's nothing we can do to control that. So I apologize to you people that, enjoy the sort of broader, sensitive, more expansive look back where I could show you secret things and trust you. But why should I trust you? Wait, you gotta ask those questions like, why am I doing this? All right, should we go, let's go, there's some real fucking, there's some people on here that spend a lot of time in comment boards. We can go look at the records. Can I start a secret show? I probably could. I mean, someone would have to tell me how to do it. Isn't that just a Zoom meeting? I just have to get a list of these people and get the code. Okay, we can go see the record. Did you listen to Raining Sound? No, dude, I just listened to I must have gotten like 15 records yesterday. I just went crazy. I went over there. I brought a few, to trade. I brought some records, some coffee, and an N95 mask. That was my bartering stuff. That was the stuff I brought to trade, to the trading post. And I laid my wares out on the table, and I said to Dan, what do you give me for this? And he tells me a price, and I said, with the mask, this could save your life. It's an N95. So maybe a little bit more, huh? But someone just called me, and then I went away for a minute. I talked to Kristen Hirsch. I love Kristen Hirsch. But anyways, you want to go do that? The first album I ever bought, oddly, I think it was the Beatles' second album or Mountain's Greatest Hits. We're going in. Where are you now, buddy? I wonder if this guy still makes these. LaFonda used to love these things. I have another one downstairs. I guess way back, when I was like 7, I might have bought a Bobby Sherman album or a Partridge Family record. Yeah, I've skinny dipped. Buster's okay. All right, so here you go. Harold Budd, The Pavilion of Dreams. I bought this. This was not a cheap record. I bought this. He's part of that Eno crew. It's on a sort of rare label. It's kind of that ambient, almost new age type of jazz-ish shit. This one is a pretty great record. I bought this because I've never seen Horace Silver looking like this. And I'm like, what was he going through? That's got to be a weird record. And it's great. This Howlin' Wolf record is an original Chess record. It's a later Howlin' Wolf record where he's trying to be a little more rock and roll-y, a little more groovy. And I think it's a later Howlin' Wolf record. Maybe I'm making that up. But it's good. It's great. This is great because I like this. The older Earl Scruggs playing with all his hippie kids. Literally, I think there are 3 Scruggs brothers playing with him here. And they bring a kind of like new country to it. A lot of people credit I don't know what year is this, 73. So the Scruggs kids bring that sort of hippie country to the old man. It's kind of good. But I would go with the Scruggs brothers solo record, which is awesome. I'll be honest with you. Not only did I never listen to this on all the way through on vinyl, but this fucking record. This is an original, obviously. Someone put that sticker on it. But this fucking record it just holds up. And it's like I didn't realize it was the template for that kind of rap. And I did realize that, but I think listening to it now, it was like, holy fuck. This stuff, it's so fucking electric, man. It's so fucking I love it. It's great. This is a Pretty Things record that I didn't know about, and I have a hard time with them generally. This is a reissue, and it's great. Oh, here's that Jesse Ed Davis record I was talking about. Jesse Ed Davis was a session guitar player. He was from Oklahoma. He was an American Indian, and he was a great guitar player. He played a lot on... He was on the first few Taj Mahal records. He was part of the Leon Russell crew. He played with George Harrison, John Lennon, Leon. He played with so many people. I think he played the lead on Doctor My Eyes for Jackson Browne. And if you listen to that lead, it's the only good thing about that record. I don't know anything about the Incredible String Band, so I'm going to try this. I think this is a collection. Donald Byrd, I'm not real cognizant of, but I know Herbie Hancock loves him, so I'm going to give this a whirl. You have to really love old John Hurt's face. You have to buy every record with old John Hurt's face on it. Jesse Ed Davis is criminally underrated, dude. And he's fucking great. Those solo records are great. This is a Robin Hitchcock record. I don't know that Dan said would probably go in the alt college category, but it's on 12 twin tone records, and he's young, and I'm sure it's trippy and kind of fun. And this is a reissue of Question Mark and the Mysterian. 96 tears. 2 minute teardrops for one heart to be crying. This is sort of beat up cover, but it's a Watson family record, and the record's in really good shape. This is some serious hill country music that I'm excited to listen to. This is a reissue of the Songs for Droa, John Cale, Lou Reed. I remember when this came out, everybody was like, well, everybody, me and the 6 people that loved the Velvet Underground that I knew, or 2 people, were like, holy fuck, man, they're getting back together again? This is crazy. It's going to be so good. It was good. I took this totally on a recommendation. I know nothing about it. These are funny. These fucking hidden Neil Young records where he's just like churning out records that he put in a vault in the 70s. And when they come out, you ask people like, how's that Neil Young? It's like, it's fucking great. Like they're like bored with how great it is. This came I'm fully on recommendation. I don't know anything about this. I think it's a Brazilian psych. Okay, that's the haul. How is that for you? That there is 335 from Nashville. And this might be when you're not talking about vintage amps, but now I don't know when I bought this. This is already 13 years old. But this little fucking thing, this Blues Junior, that's the fucking shit right there. That Blues Junior is a great fucking amp. End of story. Someone asked if I have punk records. I definitely have punk records. Did you have one in mind when you asked me if I had a punk record? I have some punk records. Punk is not really my wheelhouse, but I have some. Do you have any in mind? You want to see the whole collection? This is a lot of it. You want to go through it? No. We're not going through the whole collection. Talk music with Devendra Bainhart on the pod. He used to date my ex-girlfriend, and I don't know him, and I've met him once. And he was weird. And I don't know his music. I missed that whole time. I have a lot of Ramones, yes, and I have all the Fugazi records. But there's more records up here. I had to move some of them up here. No, I don't have any Jonathan Richman stories. I had to move the jazz records up here and the comedy records down there. And this is like, this shit, box sets are up there, and the book thing is fucking unfolding. All right, that's enough of the house, right? I don't have any Rollins. Oh yeah, I do. I have a Rollins band on vinyl. I have a weird old Rollins band thing, I think. Do I, or is that on CD? Fuck, man. Now you got me going. Ty Segall record. I don't know, how is it possible to have a favorite Ty Segall record when he puts one out like every other week? Huh. Now I'm looking for records, you guys. This is stupid. Is it over? Maybe it's over. I've got to, go record shit anyways. Got all the Roxy Music records. Rolling would be after Rolling, right? Rosington Collins Band. Oh no, Rollins would be 4. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Seriously. Nope, I don't have any Rollins band. Glad we did that. That was really fucking exciting entertainment. Fuck, man. All right, let me just go. Did I finish my watermelon? Now I got a stomachache. No, we're not doing the witch box. I did not finish my watermelon. Wow, first thing in the stomach was watermelon. Was that a good idea? What's going on with my hair now? Uh-oh. It's tripod time again. Okay. All right. Okay. I've showed the ceramic collection. What record player do I use? I use a Riga 6. Oh, here's the other thing. Is it the seeds? How many comedy records I have? I don't know, a couple hundred. The speakers are Spender speakers from England. I've been shucking oysters. These are luxury problems for fucking sure. I'm about to sort of wax on about some issues I have with shucking oysters. Where did I go to high school? Highland High, Albuquerque, New Mexico. You did not miss the witch box. We're not doing the witch box because I can't trust certain people on here. And there's no reason I have to share that with the world. It's so funny. Out of everything in my life that I choose to keep private, it's the dumb trinkets in a goddamn cigar box. After everything I've said publicly and put out in the world, I'm like, nah, I draw the line at the garbage in the box. As a chef, shucking oysters is the worst. Let me ask you a question, chef. Because like I wanted to, I don't know why I wanted to know how to do it. Like at some point I realized that my fish place where I buy fish, because I have to eat fish more than meat, so my heart doesn't turn into a clogged carburetor. I realize they have all these fresh oysters. Fanny Bay, Kunamono, the other one that I like. Whole oysters, fresh oysters. So, yeah, it's SodaStream. Do you people think you're going to win prizes by picking things out of the frame? Like, if I do this, like, Sharpie. Yep. Bing, bing, bing. SodaStream. Uh-huh. Yes. Can you name where I got those curtains? Look at the rods. Come on out there. Aren't there any curtain draw knob geeks out there? Nerds who know that knob right there? Oh, so I think shrimp has cholesterol in it, doesn't it? Do I have snot? No. Are you growing any of your own food? Just rosemary, and I didn't do it on purpose. Oh, so the fresh oyster bit. So they got the oysters, so I ordered a fucking shucker. And, you know, I watched the YouTube on how to do it. And I can do it. It's easier when I roast them because they kind of open up a little. But I did them raw yesterday, and it's harder. But my question is, the guys who can really do it well, they don't make a mess of the fucking oyster and puncture its stomach and make it all fucking unattractive when they open it. Like it's like this one movement where they go in and they cut the muscle on both sides, and there it is, a pretty oyster. Like I guess that's just any fish has cholesterol, bro, but not a lot. Not as much as other shit. I guess it's just a matter of time. Yeah, you gotta save the juice and you gotta like not make a mess of it. Well, that's the thing about shucking oysters, man. It's like I'm traumatized because years ago, back in the day when I was still in college, me and my buddy Bob Gaffney, Steve Brill, drove up to Maine to visit Bob Gaffney's mother, who he called the pig-killing astrologer. And she made her own pickles and killed her own pigs. And she was a tough woman. But we go there, and someone had brought in a bunch of oysters from the water up there in Maine. And one of Bob's cousins was there, and he's like, I know how to shuck oysters. And he's the first one he shucks, he's just barehanded, dude. And he's pushing, and he fucking pushed that shucking knife right through his hand, all the way through his fucking hand, and pulled it out. And, that happened. It's like, do we need stitches? Are we going to do this? Or now we're dealing with that, and no one can open the oysters, and the party's ruined. But just that moment of seeing it, so I've got a fear of that. And I got these mesh gloves that I ordered online with the oyster shucking knife. It's like, they just look like thin gloves, but apparently they've got some steel in them or something. You can't put it through your hand, but there's a way to do it with a towel. So I'm being careful, but it's scary business. All right. Oyster trauma. Yeah, I have to do some EMDR on my oyster trauma. Okay. That's it. I got Buster a new cat toy, and he likes it. But I'm worried. I got to get him checked out. Okay. I'm going to finish this, and then we're going to go. Try not to get COVID. It's bad. If not for you, for others. Zekas. No, I don't have Austin Hooks' amp anymore. He came and got it. He knew I had it. It was the prototype that him and his dad made, so I don't think he was going to forget about that. Tomorrow on the show, I feel like that almost went up my nose from the back way. Oh, tomorrow on the show, Andrew Marantz. Oh, fuck, why can't I remember people's names? Fuck, what's his name? I'm fucking losing my mind, and it's bothering me. We're talking to the makers of the movie It Feels Good, Man. It's a story about Pepe the Frog and how it got appropriated. Matt Fury is the artist who created Pepe and the Pepe cartoons up in the Bay Area. And then it got co-opted by the alt-right, and it was part of this whole meme sort of malignant spread of that type of language. So there's a documentary about it. So we have the director and Matt Fury talking about their struggle to get Pepe back and the implications of it. And then I talked to Andrew Marantz about all of it, about sort of the online Reddit, subreddit, Incel, evolution, alt-right, memes into, and how it all folded into QAnon. So we kind of explore that. It's a rare kind of episode for us, but we like doing these kind of episodes. They're informative, and it was great. It was great talking to Andrew. It's great talking to all of them. Like, I usually engage with people about creativity, but I try to keep up with the news. But I am so capable of falling so far out of the loop, it's crazy. I guess it's not difficult. Okay. Well, this has been fun. Maybe we'll do it again. You guys seem to like this breakfast business. I mean, if I can keep thinking of things to say, I'll do it, I guess. acoustic guitar on the porch. Maybe I got to string up my acoustic. It's a little thuddy. The strings are kind of dudding out. Okay? All right, be careful out there. Don't be stupid. All right? Wear a fucking mask.